Hi everyone. Welcome to today's meeting in loving awareness. As we settle all the impressions of the day slowly, we allow our spines to liven up, the remembrance of the spine as the altar of God. I would like to maybe put a name to most of our practices here, whereby I call them a transmission, but also you can call them internal kriyas. There's external kriya, which is some exercises that are coupled with visualization and breathing techniques. And then there's some natural kriyas when the body is led by Shakti, meaning the Kundalini force, and then your body takes this Kriya. It's a particular pose or a particular mudra, positioning of your fingers. So that can happen just in a Kriya that is happening through your system naturally. And then there is an internal Kriya. Kri means action. Yes. And this is the evolutionary action that is traverses and nullifies the distance to your true being. That's what it's for. An internal Kriya. On a surface level, you can call it a guided meditation, but it is an internal Kriya. And it comes from the lineage of Mahavatar Babaji, or some call it like different paramparas call Babaji differently, like the Shri Guru. And the guidance comes from this immense union with who you truly are. I would like to start today with a quote by Meher Baba. He was a magnificently inspiring avatar who allowed, through his presence and teachings, he was actually liberating souls who were stuck in higher attainment realms, but still stuck. So some yogis could be completely paralyzed. Their bodies would be unable to move because they would be in some form of sadhana, and he would come and liberate those because it's also a stuckness at a certain level. But today, for our purpose, he said, the entire fabric of the universe, the entire fabric of the universe serves but one purpose, which is the realization of God. So the entire fabric of the universe serves but one purpose, the realization of God. And this was Meher Baba, and Meher Baba stayed silent. He was, I think it was him who promised the Shabd, the holy sound, the sound and light current to his disciples, and then he stayed silent for 40 years. And this is a very important pointing that a teacher doesn't teach um, mainly through words. It is a presence. So when we practice together, we form a field whereby we help each other to imbibe our source self. And when two or more gather in my name, as Yeshua said, I will be there. Yeah, so that is our meeting to meeting practice and God realization, which just imagine that every single living cell is being drawn. Just imagine it's every living cell is being drawn up through the divine sound and light current towards its final destination. And maybe even there is no final destination, but towards the raising of the frequency of the soul of that emanation in whatever form. It's all gearing towards the light. And as it is gearing, just like the lotus, it's coming up from the mud, coming up from density, and then blooms into its beautiful perfection and harmony. So today we're just going to further move into the divine sound and light current, move into your spine. And let's just connect from all around the world, forming this lit up circle as our heart flames, the divine cave of our heart lights up. Where we are recognizing that the benediction of divine love is always eternally present, right here, right now. Just zoom into your spine at the heart level. And just establish this direct, unwavering stillness that is your spine. Your spine is that rod traversing all the dimensions. That is the backbone to your spiritual progress. You can call it a ladder. And just rest, just like a bird. Repose. Repose in the divine cave of your heart. Unwinding all of the energies from around you. And just notice that there is this immediate connection with the spirit as the divine love in action. Spirit is what moves. It moves. because it is life itself. Beautiful. And let us just feel these light rods or spines from all around the world, forming a very, very powerful circle. There's so much commotion going on a planetary level. There's so much commotion going on in your own personal lives, our personal lives. And I just am called right now as we tune in together to form literally a heart. It's not a form like, those little candies you buy on Valentine's Day. That's not what I'm saying. You form this immense open field of the heart at the center of our circle. It doesn't have to have a shape, it has its presence. It has its immense intelligence of healing and wholeness. The goddess herself lends her essence into this heart, the goddess of creation, the fierceness, the all encompassing, unconditional love and grace. So, as we have lit up all of our light rods, in the center of the circle is this field of the heart, sacred heart of the Divine Mother. You can also see it as a divine golden white lotus just spinning. So we also bow down to the lotus in our own hearts. Where the divine feet of our inner teacher are placed onto the divine lotus in the divine cave of your heart. And we connect to our higher self, which is around 12 inches above your head, behind your crown. Do not zoom out of your body. Any and all spiritual practice needs to be practiced from full embodiment. You have a full experience. You feel your body from head to toe. And mostly your attention and focus is residing in the spine and the back body. And just allow these energetic cords to shoot out into the center of the circle where this unconditional field of the mother's heart, the love, the grace is residing. It's a very direct, but very simple starting point. We shoot out these golden arrows into the center heart from our hearts. And we allow this heart, this divine, unconditional heart, to start pulling into itself and neutralizing all the barriers, all the lower frequencies, the pain, the betrayal, of the heart from many, many lifetimes, parallel timelines, this lifetime. And all we need to say is, I allow and I am ready. Notice sometimes that the heaviness of the heart that you feel is sometimes a clutching of the ego personality to stay alive. The ego makes us believe that if it has a sense of self, even if it's through a pain body, it has control over your reality. We're going to also call in the divine Radha from the highest planes. Radha is not just the counterpart of Krishna. She is an avyakta, a non-manifest intelligence of this cosmos. We call her in the eternal grace of the beautiful beloved. There's a tantric version of Radha. She's actually considered much more powerful than Krishna. And just feel how you're lit up with this immense power of the Divine Mother's grace. And that itself starts pushing out into the center. All of the layering of the heart, the overlays that are misaligning. And if you're ready, because ultimately the emptying of the heart is necessary in order to fully merge with your divine sound and light current. Literally, you can feel a pull from your chest towards the center of this quantum circle. And if there is a resonant pain in the group, which there is, then the pain gets pulled out and neutralized even faster. And just have this image of bowing down to the lotus, at the lotus feet of your inner teacher. It could be your higher self or all of your emanations. And this is a process of laying bare, stripping all of your clothes, not literally, the clothes that you've clad yourself in, the cloak of pain, the cloak of mistrust, the cloak of separateness. Because behind all of this, what you're going to recognize very, very, very soon and imminently, there's a stream that keeps you alive, that is creating everything moment to moment. And once your heart cleanses, but you have to give your free will. I am ready to be washed clean by this immense divine intelligence, the Mother's grace, opening your heart and lighting up all of the darkest crevices of the heart. And the heart does not think, just feels. And it can just open because it starts to recognize that it only yearns for one thing, and it is to merge with the eternal Shabd, the eternal light and sound current. There is a mechanism in your divine bodies. I'm going to show you. Feel, and if you can just feel the sensation or the inner Kriya right away, be patient. Feel that there is this immense pulling force of your third eye, and it pulls. It's like a vacuum. It pulls this light upward. It's connected to your root. Starts slowly lifting, lifting, lifting. Your divine Shakti energy from the root. Sacral. Solar plexus. Heart. This is where you're made to look up towards your center of your head, third eye, between the eyebrows. And from the heart, it lifts it up through the throat. The vacuum is pulling up this force through your spine. This is what Radha is teaching us. through the throat. The third eye then just opens to the blessing and benediction of the crown. The top of your head opens. Sustain the pull from the root through your spine. You opened your crown, and it is the surrendering. You bow down to the lotus feet of your inner teacher, and you await, and you are already receiving the grace of this eternal Shabd. It's a downpour of light and pre-light, which is your originary sound. You can code the downpour of light that you're receiving to the surrendered, open crown. Do you see the goddess leads you to the third eye, and there you're lifted, open up, and the Shabd then descends upon your system. And just see this immense light sound current pouring through you. Feel how it's pouring through you, and you can code, you can actually code the current by the sound. Ram, Ram, Sat, Na. And you feel that you are the divine sound and light current. Surrendering to the supreme abode of your soul. As all of the pain and overlays of the heart have been neutralized. Surrendered. If you just utter this word and you feel it, I surrender my pain. I surrender my emotion, sensations, thoughts. I surrender my energies. I surrender my kundalini. I surrender my astral and causal and etheric bodies. I surrender my bliss body to the eternal Shabd current. I no longer grasp to get entertained by the fluctuations, the eternal fluctuations of Maya, of divine feminine energy moving through. I surrender that too. Look up towards the center of your head, between the eyebrows. Lift up your tongue, curl it backwards, and feel once you actually do that Kriya, you look up, curl your tongue back, and you feel this pull. Because there's many layers to your energy. And you allow this feeling, this gentle pull upward, as if your entire body became a pillar of light and the light is being extended upward. It's just being extended, and all of the densities sublimated into the divine Shabd, light and sound current. It is transfiguring all the pain, all of the anxiety and frenetic mind action. It starts to reconfigure your neuronal pathways and your vagus nerve. And all you need to do is say, I surrender to the highest, supreme source of my soul. And just stay open in humility. It feels like your heart is literally being vacuumed out. This age-old heaviness. We just surrender to the goddess. And obviously, when you get to the Shabd, there's no differentiation anymore. But it starts with surrendering your Kundalini so that the divine Shakti starts pulling you up. And then it's continued to eternity. this merging. Notice that you are merging. Every single moment you're merging, whether you're aware or not. May this permanent reminder of the shaft be painted onto your forehead from the bridge of the nose until the end of your forehead up. It's this golden crystalline white stream. It's always pulling you upward to recognize your one home. You have to burn your house down, as Hafiz says, to truly find your home. That is the surrender. Look up, curl your tongue back. Feel that your third eye is pulling up the tide of your Shakti, pulling it up from the lower centers so that it can open and surrender to this divine light and sound current. In reverence. Feel that your entire body, the cells are drenched in this golden crystalline white light. That is the quality of your soul. And if you feel heat or extreme cold, you're transmuting densities. relax and make this sensation of the pull upward natural. And if you truly connected to the shaft, you will feel this white stream. It's like a golden crystalline white stream from your the root of your nose all the way to the top of your forehead. As a reminder, the reminder that the purpose of your life is God realization. Look up, curl your tongue back. Feel the pull up. And as you see this light current, you can interpose the sound silently, ram, ram, sat, nam, as if you actually heard it silently reverberating. You merge with the sharp. So it is. May all souls find the supreme abode, supreme soul, Satpuru.